at home, you're certainly joining us right here on Prime Live. We're about to have quite an interesting conversation between myself and Imani Ndaba, who happens to be the founder of the Inside Out Girls campaign, and will just be giving us more information around How to Her Brunch, which is said to be a dynamic event that is meant to empower young women in business. Now, if you're a young person who is pursuing a career of sorts or is in the business world, and you're just trying to find ways on growing and developing yourself in that sense, certainly this is a conversation tailored for you. Imani, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, Imani, as the founder of the Inside Out Girls campaign, I'm truly curious to understand what really motivated the birthing of How to Her Brunch.
Okay, great. So my team and I noticed that there was a gap for young women in business and a space for them a space needed for them to learn about business and grow, because it's quite difficult to find places where you can learn, especially as young women, and especially when you do have a budget. So we wanted to create a budget friendly event where young women can come and learn about business.
Certainly, that is quite interesting. And just speaking around this, quite dynamic event, can you tell us a bit in terms of the specifics on how exactly it goes about catering and bridging this gap that exists between, young women and them really reaching their goals when it comes to their careers or just them being in business?
Okay. So we have quite a dynamic guest of speakers each time. We try to bring speakers from different walks of life, so people who are well established, people who are still learning, so and everything in between. And we also try to bring women from different industries, so that no matter what industry you're venturing into as a businesswoman, and no matter which walk of life or at which phase of your business you are, there's someone at the branch that can speak to you and cater to that need. And also, our program is very focused on networking and ensuring that the women are receiving the resources they need throughout the event, and not just getting it there, but taking it after the event as well. So, those are some of the dynamic ways that we try and help the young women in business, as well as having different topics all the time so that we can cover as many topics as possible throughout the sections of the branch, as we have two every year.
And Imani, according to my information, this is the seventh biannual event, and I think this makes me to, find out with regards to what would you say are some of the testimonials that really speak to the work that you are doing yourself and your team, and that really reflects on the positive outcomes of, we are bridging the gap, we are becoming the solution that many young women need.
Yes, so we do have quite a few testimonials. I was recently speaking to a young lady that told me that she's still purchasing scented candles from one of the ladies that was at the branch. And we've had that lady at our branch about 4 times. And from that, she has ongoing customers. And not just that, the same young lady said that she's venturing into starting her own business because she's been so inspired by not just the lady that was at that branch, but obviously the series as well. We also have another woman who came to our second branch, I believe. At the time, she didn't even have a prototype of her business, and now she has actual products in her food service business.
And looking at the event, that it will be focusing on marketing mastery, which is quite very, very important, and discussing how this event actually goes about fostering growth, connections, and success among female entrepreneurs. Can you walk us through in terms of what an attendee can expect in terms of coming to the event?
Okay, yes, definitely. Like you said, marketing is quite important. So, what attendees can expect is a panel of speakers that are from all different lives of marketing in terms of their businesses. So, some are marketing graduates, some are in the entertainment industry, and some are personal brands that have to market themselves. And so, you're going to get insights from all these different departments, and you're going to be able to see where in your business you can then implement that marketing.
This
So
is
it's
great.
quite a good day. A lot to
Beautiful.
expect.
Certainly, beautiful, beautiful. And with that, how do you envision the How to Her branch contributing to a more stronger and supportive community for female entrepreneurs?
So we do want to create more gatherings in more places as well. So uh, other than the brunch, we want to create spaces where women can just come and speak to each other about some of the problems that they go through in their business so that that community is continuous. So we are working on a few different things like that, and we're hoping that that's going to contribute more to the growth of young women in business.
Hmm. And Iman, another fear amongst, female entrepreneurs, and I could be wrong in my assumption, is the idea of finding oneself doing something similar to someone else that you encounter. And this makes me wonder, what are the, solutions or strategies in terms of, encouraging such individuals to say it's okay to, have or meet five people who are doing the same work as you?
I think with that question, it's very important for someone to look at themselves and focus on what they truly want and what they truly need as well, and what they're passionate about. Because with that, you can't be wrong when you're following your passion, and you can't be wrong even if someone else is doing it as well. So just having that confidence to know that if it's something that you really want to do and it's something that you believe that you're good at, it's okay to pursue that dream even if there are many others. The more the merrier.
Mm. And looking at the lineup of speakers, I'm just curious to understand what was the, planning process in terms of who to pick, who to, regard as the keynote speaker, who to not regard as a keynote speaker, considering, the purpose and the focus of this branch.
Yes. So luckily, because it is our seventh branch, we have sort of gotten into a system. So we make sure that we're bringing, like I said earlier, we bring people from different walks of life. So we need someone that's well established, that's been in the industry maybe for 10 plus years, someone who's still starting out but has a good track record. And then we're also looking for people that are teachers. So you'll see, like with someone like Masentle, she is a teacher. She teaches marketing even on YouTube, and that is her platform. And so we make sure that we have that teaching element. We have someone with more experience who can then tell their stories that are practical, and then someone who's just starting out who can also tell their stories. And then, of course, the self brands. So, like our other speaker, Miss Chantal, who is a brand influencer, and how she manages to market herself as a business.
Hmm. And I know, Imani, in the, earlier on you mentioned how the importance of, being part of this event and networking and really building that relationship that you need for your business to thrive in that sense. I want to find out in terms of how do you facilitate meaningful connections, and how would you describe to the larger audience the importance and the role of networking?
Okay, networking is so important. I think even with our speaker lineup, our team can attest to the fact that we managed to get most of our lineup because ourselves, we've done a lot of networking at our events, outside of our events, just to put such a lineup together. And we're blessed that we're able to even put this lineup together. So I think it's so important to realize that networking is an important tool in terms of putting you ahead in whatever it is that you're doing, and also putting yourself out there so that you can connect with the people, because you're not going to be able to connect with the people you need to connect with for your business, even for your day-to-day life, for the larger audience, if you're not constantly putting yourself out there, meeting new people. And sometimes we meet people, and I know this discourages a lot of people from networking. Sometimes you meet people and it's not helpful, it doesn't help. But I found that that's just as important, and everybody that you end up meeting can end up playing a small or a bigger role into your business and into your own life. And so networking, like I said, is quite important, and it's quite important in our at our branch as well. We always make sure that we have breaks and sessions where the ladies can linger and network with each other. We even try to have name tags so that people can see your name and feel more comfortable rather, just to speak and reach out to different people, and not just sit in the corner when your next business partner could be sitting right next to you.
Mm. Speaking to those who oftenly sit in that corner and be like, oh, I'm so scared and anxious to, even approach an individual. Are there any tips and tricks that you can share with someone in terms of they can, consider when they are at an event and, a networking opportunity arises?
I think the first thing would be maybe locate someone else who looks like they're alone. That's usually the easiest option because then you can just go to them and say, "Hi, who did you come with?" Even if they say, "My friends are still coming," or something like that, you can just say, "Hey, when your friends come, do you mind if I join you?" Also, we do have little activities around the event. So if you are at an event at ours or an event where there are activities, activities are a great place to meet and mingle with people. I also mentioned that we have name tags at our events. So if you locate someone, you can literally say, "Hi, what does your name mean?" Start up a little conversation and then get into it. But most of all, just be confident, be free, and go with the intention of networking and making new connections so that when you get there, you're already mentally prepared, and that's half the job done.
Amazing, amazing. And in closing off our conversation, Imani, I want to find out from you in terms of the details around the events. Where can we buy the tickets? And most importantly, what would be your why that you share with our viewers at home regarding being part of this brunch?
Okay, definitely. So the brunch is for young women, but we do welcome all women over whatever age, as long as you're young at heart. If you're starting up a business, if your business is already established and you want a place where you can just meet new networks of people, this is the place for you. It's happening on the 1st of November. We start at 11:30 and end at 4 p.m. We have an amazing lineup of 9 speakers, so you are going to be fully charged by the time you leave. Entrance is free. We do have sales of food happening on the premises, and we also do have stalls happening there as well. So if you would love to set up a stall, you're also welcome to contact us, and you can find all these details on our website at www.insideoutgirlscampaign.org.
Imani, thank you so much for such a lovely, conversation and really sharing with us a beautiful, beautiful, mechanism that you guys have established in terms of bridging that gap and ensuring that, when we're looking at entrepreneurs, we're not only seeing males only. And not to say there's anything wrong, but it's always nice to see, the playing field being leveled in that sense and really encouraging women to come out from their shells and, see their potential and embrace that potential. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Viewers at home, that was the founder of the Inside Out Girls campaign telling us about how to her brunch, Imani Ndaba. Now, this event is quite, interesting because it is driven by bringing like-minded women dedicated to breaking those barriers and achieving business, breakthroughs and learning from the experts that will be part of, addressing the audience that will be at the event. Hopefully you get yourself a ticket and be part of those who are growing and breaking those barriers.